How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to the mess behind me. So today is going to be about cabinet building. So I'm not a master woodworker or anything like that, but this will be just to show you how to put together a basic strong cabinet to put your Seplos batteries into. Why would you do this? Well, I can tell you why I've done it. I wanted to bring these cabinets up onto the wall, so these bikes could fit through the side entrance. Unfortunately, there's nowhere else to put them at the moment because they would be out in the elements. So that's a future plan for a pergola. Also, I'll be able to insulate these cabinets to keep the batteries warm and performing well through the winter. So as it is, it's already quite warm in here. It's sealed, so we have a door here and I have a door here in front of me. I've lowered the roof here with some OSB. So actually when you come in here, it feels warm. It's not house warm, but it's certainly warm enough for the batteries. It's probably about 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. So that's why you'll want to do that. Now, unfortunately, I did get some wood, enough wood for at least 3 cabinets, but I also asked my brother, who wasn't busy a few weeks ago, to put together basically a cat frame for the cats to sleep in, because my cats stay outdoors because they tend to pee and poo all over the house, so they stay outdoors. So we built this massive cat mansion, which I've covered over, and rather than building a frame, he actually used this and this. You can see this behind me. This is the planed wood that I got for the cabinet frames, and he used that, which I told him absolutely don't use. In fact, I put it on the bottom of the pile so it wouldn't be used, but he still managed to build the entire cat house out of basically 2x4s and larger cuts of wood. So it's the most robust cat house you'll probably ever see. It takes 2 men to lift this thing. Right, so now I need to go pick myself up some more 2x4s. I need to pick myself up some 10mm OSB as well, and some fixings, and I'll get started on that. Just to show you, this is what I plan on building. Okay, so here is the basic design of the cabinet. I just drew this on SketchUp, and as you can see, I've numbered all the different pieces. So A's being the longest pieces, they're 1200 mils. I need 4 of those. The B sections here are basically the supports, so the frame doesn't sag under the weight. The C sections being the shorter horizontal sections, and the D sections being the longer horizontal sections, as well as the middle brace here. You're looking at it from back to front, so this is the back section here and the front section on the other side. Now, this here, the 4500 and the 3900, these are those pieces of wood out there. They're my 4x2s. Now, that's what's left of after my brother decided to butcher my wood stock. So I've measured them out and seen what I could actually get from them. So I can get all of my A cuts and I can get all of my D cuts, but after that, all I'm left with is a couple of short 300mm cuts. So I'm going to need to get another length of 4x2. I do have the marine ply here for the base. I do need a strong base, of course, because the battery's going on top of that, so it needs to be quite strong. But he did also use my OSB, my 10mm OSB for the top, so I'm going to need to pick myself up a small sheet of that as well. So I've rang him, tell him to get his ass out of bed, and we're going to pick up some wood, and he's going to help me to build this cabinet as well. So I'm going to get him to cut the pieces after I mark them. So on to the next step. Okay, so we've had 2 days of rain, of course, nothing unusual here in Ireland, as anybody who lives here knows. I'm back to work tomorrow, so I thought I'd take the opportunity in between showers to start getting some of this cabinet done. And so if anybody's wondering how to put together a simple cabinet, or how I've put together these simple cabinets, you're essentially looking to, as we have to plan here, you want to build 2 of these, all right? 2 of these, and then you're going to string them together with these C sections. So these A sections here, these are 1200 mil long. These horizontal D sections, they are 600 mil. So we've got 5 of those all together. One of them will be kind of a rear support. Right, so how are these put together? Well, if you cut your A pieces, what I've essentially done is I've measured down 20 mil and 50 mil and drilled through the center of each of these. My pilot hole was a 4 mil hole in each of these, and then I took a 12 spade bit, countersink, well, whatever these are called. So the depths, I've basically gone down about 20 mil, and I've drilled them until they're just poking out the end there. So what I do after I've done that, I'll take my D piece. So I'll take my D piece and my A piece, which I've already sunk some screws into. Turn it over. And very simply, just line that up there on the edge, and then slowly bring it down. Make sure everything is flush, and I'll just press it down on the drill tip, on the screw tip rather. And I'm sure you'll be able to see that, but I've got 2 little marks here, one there and one there, where I'll be able to drill that down. So once I've drilled my holes in here, I'll put a little bit of glue on, turn that over, put the A piece on top, and drill it down. Okay, so that's the 2 main parts of the frame made, so the front and the rear. One of them was a little bit off there, so probably kind of 2 mil sticking up here. So I just shaved a little bit of it off. Doesn't really matter. You won't see this. It's not a decorative item either. It's a structural item, so as long as it's strong, it's fine. Next step is to string these guys together. So I have my C sections, and very simply what I'll be doing is I'll be throwing a couple of screws coming up through here, and I'll literally do the exact same thing. I'll just imprint where the screw marks are, and I'll go from there. Now, I suppose just important for you to see, if you take a look here, as I've already shown, I've come down 20 and 50, so that gives me a little bit of space to kind of come up through here and up through here, so it doesn't split the wood. So it's important to drill through these first, get my pilot holes in, and go from there. So I'll be doing that on all 4 corners, on this piece and on the other piece, and stringing them together. Once that's done, I'll put the back support in place on the worst side, and once that's done on on one side, in between the two pieces, I'll be putting a support. Anyway, yeah, I'll be putting a support in between them. All right, so back to time lapse. Okay, so that's the frame built there. Work of art, eh? Okay, so she's nice and strong. Need to sand her down in a couple of places, but she's actually squared. So I've taken the measurements from each side, each length, and we're all good there. So the next step is to put a base in. And to get the base in, I'm just going to get some strips of wood, lay them down here. I think the marine ply I have is probably 15 mil or so. It doesn't really matter, but whatever the measurement is, I'll be putting the strips in and I'll recess them in that amount. So when I put in the marine ply, which is a nice strong board, it'll be supported by the strips that I put in on either side here. That'll be it. It'll be ready to go. I'll be able to then bolt it up on the wall. And the end piece that's on cabinet number 2 at the moment will pop off the side. This will butt up against it. And then this right hand side here will be the new end piece. Alright, so time to get those strips in. Okay, well, at least the rain held off for that bit. As you can see, the frame is done, or at least it's done insofar as the drawing goes. So I've gotten as far as the base section here. It's in place, so everything's good there. It's nice and solid. Last bit left will be to put a top on it. But as you can see, thanks to rushing the job and doing it in bad weather, not being able to take my time, I have a couple of high points here that I'm going to need to shave down. So I'm going to see if I can get that done first, then I'll put the top on it, and I think I'll call it a day. If you want to build something that's not so pretty but is nice and supportive and warm, if you insulate it and cover it, put your batteries in there, they'll be good all year round, pretty much no matter what the temperature outside is. Okay, so I have the top on, the base is on, the frame is built, and now all we have to do is put in a final support.
Alright, so it's a little later on in the evening. My phone died, but it looks like you caught pretty much all of the build. So I drove a couple of screws into that support member, and I decided, you know what, while I'm at it, I might as well hang it up. So, okay, here we are. Unit 3 has been installed. It's just been held up by a couple of bolts here, nice and secure, and a couple of screws in here as well. So that is solid, it's not going anywhere. I did move the insulation here from the end of Unit 2, and I've popped it into the end of Unit 3. Now I'm going to monitor the temperature in here over the winter time, and I'm going to see if it drops to about 3 degrees or so, or even below 5 degrees Celsius. I might put some temporary doors up just to keep the batteries at a comfortable temperature. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, and now 3. So the next job is to install the buzz bar system. That's the next job. All going well, I'll get some of that done tomorrow. And after that, I will install battery number 3 and connect everything up. So that's where we are. And so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope, as always, you found the content useful, if not a little entertaining this time round. I know this video isn't exactly battery builds or settings or anything like that, but it is related and it is important if you're going to put your batteries outside in an area where the temperature is likely to drop below 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. Then you really should have them in an enclosure. I'll be observing the temperature in here. It tends to stay quite warm. I've had a couple of you know, cold enough evenings where the temperatures were close to 0 degrees Celsius, and in here it remains quite warm. So if the temperatures drop, I will put doors up on here. It's already insulated, or will be fully insulated over the next day or so. So everything is ready here if we do hit cold temperatures. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it at that, guys. If you have found this content useful, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.